Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Omilade, your Goddess Guru, here to share a word of inspiration to assist you on your path to self-realization and self-mastery. This week, what I would like to talk about is the state, really, of the world, which is inspiring what I'm going to share this morning. In particular, last week, Alton Sterling and Philando Castile both murdered by the police. Bottom line, I'm not gonna lie, I did not watch the video. I'm highly sensitive. News of their deaths and just the still shot image alone actually made me go into a funk. And you know, I just felt depressed. It took me a couple of days to get myself out of it. I know I was feeling for them. I was feeling for their families, for the people who were with Philando when he was murdered. And then of course news of the sniper who murdered the police. Those police who were murdered are innocent. Even if some of us are saying chickens come home to roost, because the bottom line is there is karma, there is balance, the balancing thing that goes on, you know. And so I am one who says, and that's why I'm talking today, that let me just go into it. What I have had to reevaluate and remind myself of is, what is my truth? And that is what dictates how we respond. Because let me tell you something, there's murdering going on here in the United States, and it's going on everywhere around the world. And so what we have to do is to put ourselves in a place where we can have what I call Ma'atian vision. When you are operating from Ma'at, you can see the big picture. If the only picture you see is one that is primarily based on this human play that we are all script writers in, then it's going to look one way. If your vision, if you can expand your vision to see the ultimate truth, which is the divine, everything going on in this world will look differently. Last year, after Freddie Gray was murdered by the police, I was thinking to myself, why are the priests and the priestesses not talking about it? The spiritual leaders, and you know, some do speak, but the ones who oftentimes I'm looking to, because they're, you know, basing it on the oracle, they're basing on the teachings of Ifa, indigenous tradition, spirituality, they weren't saying anything. And to a certain degree, I think I understand why they weren't saying anything. It's because their vision is so big. And then the other thing is, they are working to help heal the world. So they're not going to be sitting around doing a lot of talking. The best thing to do is watch what are they doing. The wisdom keepers, the teachers, the true spiritual leaders. When I say true, I mean the ones that are divinely guided, no matter what their religion or, you know, what their spirituality looks like. The real ones, they're working. They don't have time to sit around and talk too much. And so we need to follow their guidance and look at what they're doing. But I do know people are looking for answers, because I am looking for answers. Why are we looking for answers? Because we want things to change for the better. And so it's all about, what are you looking at? What are you subscribing to? And what I subscribe to is all is one. See, this is the thing. You have to do your spiritual work. Self-realization. You have to get clear about who you are. You have to be, as we say, crystal clear about who you are. When you know who you are, the truth, the truest essence of who and what you are, the things of the world don't move you. In Kemet, what I've learned from, or Egypt, what I learned from the Metuneter. When we talk about Amen, the great divine consciousness, also known as God, Olodumare, there's so many names that we call this energy, the goddess. There's only one divine consciousness, and everything emanates out from it. It is seeking to experience itself. But the ultimate truth, the ultimate reality is there is one. We are all divine emanations, not reflections. We are divine emanations of the one. Peel away the physical body and we go into the oneness. There's no difference between you. There's no difference between me. Now I'm talking using language that people who perhaps have my understanding of the world will use. There's no difference between me and no difference between that redneck. Okay? Someone else might say there's no difference between me, a white American, and I'm just making stuff up, so don't be taking stuff personally, and that Muslim from Syria. Peel away the ego, and there's the one. Okay? So when I talk about my brothers, Alton and Philando, when I think about those officers who were murdered by the sniper, I can bless them all. I can feel bad for them all because I'm not about folks being killed like that. Okay? And so, yeah, this man, and I haven't even really gotten deep into the Dallas story because I have to be careful about what I let in my consciousness. If you're like me, it's okay if we don't take it all in. Take in enough to keep yourself saying, yeah, I have to keep checking myself so I am doing something positive and not sleeping on this. But it just sounds like he was a well-trained military person. The people who I trust for the news, they're saying he was deranged. However, it's a divine plan. This thing is all divinely planned out. And he said, you know what? Get ready to snipe some police. This thing is crazy looking. Okay. Whew, that's why I can't watch too much news, because then I start getting caught up in the human drama and I start forgetting my ultimate truth. Whew. Okay. So, peel it all away and there's nothingness. It's no thingness. It's the divine. Bottom line. And that is the ultimate truth. But it's hard to maintain that because a lot of us aren't taught it. Number two, we're not doing our spiritual work. You know, the thing about revolutionary work is the vision. Okay? The vision is bigger than the egoic constructs that we get caught up in. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, just ponder it for a little while. You have to, differentiate the difference between the vision and what your ego is responding to. But when we are talking about real revolution, and I'm not even really putting myself out there as one that's like, I am so revolutionary. I'm growing with this thing just like everybody else because I have lived a life of comfort. But the revolutionaries had a vision. You look at anything that was revolutionary, the vision was bigger than any individual, any ego. And it was the vision. And the vision was of something greater, of something better. And so as we do this revolutionary work that we are being summoned to do, how many more people have to go through this? How much longer are we going to allow this to go on? Okay? So in order for so this is calling us, okay? That is all in how you see it. Life is calling us to up it, to move more towards the truth that all is one. And if you don't want to be one, then you really need to check your ego. I don't care what your ethnicity is, your nationality is, your gender, your how you define yourself in terms of your sexuality, which I think oftentimes I'm like, why are we talking about people's sexuality? We need to let that go. Who cares? Let people be who they are. But we know that that particular group, the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgendered community is highly discriminated against. So we have to say it, because no matter what any of that, okay, I'm talking to you. If you have bias against someone, if your vision don't include everybody, then guess what? We're going to stay stuck. So we're being called to rise up more towards the oneness, towards the greatness. And so I did ask the oracle, and I'm just going to kind of intertwine that in what I'm talking about. What is it that we need to do? Now, I asked 1 year ago, or a little over a year ago, when Freddie Gray was murdered up in Baltimore. Oh my gosh. So I'm having to ask again this year. It's hurting my feelings. It's really hurting my feelings. Whew. And so please avail yourself to that, and I'll do my best to remember to put a link to that video, because not much that I said has changed, you know, as I was pondering. And then I decided I'm going to listen to that video for myself. I want to see, what did I say last year? What did the oracle say through me? And I thought, okay, it's exactly what's been coming to me. And that is, we have to get creative in the way we approach what we do. Okay? You have to be creative. Don't be doing the same old, because guess what? The same old is not working. All right? And we all have our own unique gifts and talents. So the way I approach how to affect change may be different from how you do it. We need to respect each other's ways. That was one of the things I said in the video, that I said, you know what? I'm seeing this a year later. Everyone thinks their way is the way to affect change. No, it's the many parts, and that is so Ma'atian. It is the many parts working in harmony, because it was Oshun Heteru that spoke last year, working in harmony to create change, to affect change. And so some of us are going to be doing things like Black Lives Matters work, okay? Some of us are going to be within the police department affecting change. And let me just put this on pause, because the energy that speaks this year regarding the police brutality and really what we need to do in this country is Herakahuti positive, which is Ogun, and Aset Yemoya. So people would say, oh, Herakahuti, we need to go to war. No, let me tell you what you need to do. You need to go to war using your form of activism. Herakahuti is saying, where's the activism? Who are you being an activist for? And the word that people are using, it just cracks me up, because it's starting to sound sort of cliche, but the more I think about it, I'm like, this is truth. It's intersectional. So many issues are intersectional. And so this morning, a lady posted in a group, hey, come out to this fundraiser to raise money for children who maybe don't get enough food. Okay, that's intersectional with everything that's going on. You think children being hungry doesn't have anything to do with police brutality? That's just not right. That they are intersectional, because it speaks to the mindset of a country that would let children go hungry. Give thanks for the people that say, oh no, I'm not putting up with this. I'm going to raise money. I'm going to get donations. I'm going to work to make sure children who don't have enough food get enough food to eat. And so it's so many things are intersectional, and so you have to find your niche. How are you going to be an activist? And then you have to have that Herakahuti Ogun energy, empower your way through that thing. I was watching the man who has really brought fracking to the foreground. I remember I was saying, no fracking, no fracking. At the time, I just didn't feel like learning about what is fracking. I just thought, okay, no fracking. Okay, it sounds like these people are trying to do something for the earth. Okay, fracking just didn't sound, I don't know. So now, I have figured out what fracking is, and it's someone who cares about the earth, who cares about the Orisha, who cares about, you know, the environment. I'm like, yeah, no fracking. That's a big deal. Well, I heard him talk, and he said, I think it was back in 2008, so it hasn't been that long ago, he got someone knocking on his door. Someone came to his door knocking, saying, we need you to sell us your land because we're going to frack. And he said it was from Dick Cheney. And so he was like, okay, question mark, Dick Cheney wants to frack on my land. I'm going to find out what fracking is. Once he found out what fracking is, he's been Ogun about no fracking. He has got to help people to get fracking banned in states around the nation. Fracking has become such a big issue that people are fighting about who stands within, you know, certain political arenas. Some political arenas, such as the Republicans, don't care about fracking at all. But in other political arenas, independents, you know, Democrats, Green Party, other folks, they are like, okay, does your platform have anything about fracking on it? You know, more and more people are saying, no fracking, no fracking, because it's killing the earth. It is so dangerous. But this man, when I heard him speak, I was like, wow, he is Ogun. He is passionate about this thing, and he will not stop. So that's how you have to be in your activism, in whatever your niche is. If it is art, let me tell you, we need the artist to tell the story. I don't care if it's dance, I don't care if it's visual arts, writing, playing, I mean, you know, theater. I don't care. Singing. Oh my gosh. We need the artist. We need the political activist. We need everyone doing whatever they are called to do, because let me tell you something, we can't all do it all. And whatever your niche is, whatever your gift set is, whatever your skill set is, you need to be so zealous and passionate about working that thing, doing that thing. And even if you think it's not making a difference, it is. But you have to follow your inner guidance. And that's the other thing that I'm being told. We have to work our spiritual practices daily to keep ourselves clear, so that we don't get tricked and start getting all egoic. And yeah, we want to make a change, but it's so egoic, it doesn't make any change. As a matter of fact, it creates more problems. Okay? So we have to do our spiritual work to keep ourselves clear. One thing I am so big on is divination. Okay? You should find a diviner, get some divination for yourself, get clarity at least once a year. You should be getting a reading at least once a year. Say, hey, tell me about my year. If you're a part of a community, okay, and when I say diviner, it can be astrological. Of course, the Africans have given the gift of divination via the oracle in such a huge, big way. You know, that's my preference. You know, that's my go-to. That's what I fall on. And, you know, but you can, the astrologers and the numerologists, they do some amazing work. And so I follow astrologers, people who do numerology. I'm constantly saying, okay, what is the universe saying? You know, from different sources who I trust. But you should get one for yourself. And you should read it, watch it. I make videos for the people who I divine for. Watch it. I mean, you should be all over that. If you get an Odu, you should be asking that Odu, please speak to me. Odu is not words. Okay? Odu is energy. Wisdom energy. It is energy that is your friend, can work with you. And so you get that Odu, you should, so what was that Odu? Oh, okay. Oshay Tour. I love Oshay Tour. I'm still learning a lot about Oshay Tour, but I'm just throwing that out there. Oshay Tour. Okay. Oshay Tour. Oshay Tour. Oshay. Chant it. Oshay Tour. Talk to me. Speak to me. Tell me what to do. That Odu will help you. It's angelic type energy. Okay. Okay. And so you pursue. You're passionate. You're doing your thing. What is Aset saying? I thought it was interesting. Yet another feminine energy speaking. Last year was Oshun. I'm like, Oshun does not like to fight. Oshun is like, hey, we're supposed to be loving each other. So now we have Aset, Yemoyah speaking. So I'm like, okay. Aset, Yemoyah. In all that you do, you must care. If you are not caring, if you are not operating from love, in the work that you do, in your heart, if you do not have love, you're not going to be effective. You must have love. You must have love. And you must care. And you must take care. Take care in how you operate, in how you do your activist work. It is the energy of the divine feminine that is going to be our salvation. The masculine energy, I adore it. I am married to a wonderful husband, man. I have 2 sons. I adore masculine energy. So this is no bashing of the masculine. However, anything that's out of balance, my mama used to say to me all of the time, too much of anything, even a good thing, can be bad. We've had too much masculine energy. We need to really use the feminine way to approach this. Now, if we're not together with the feminine within us, now I'm talking to the women especially right now, we don't get this divine feminine right within, yeah, the rest of the world's not going to get it right. I tell women all the time, until we embrace who we are as women, and I don't have a particular, we're not going to all be alike is what I'm saying. I'm just saying embrace you as you are, the divine feminine within you, the wisdom of your womb. You must embrace it. You must know about it. You must follow the guidance of your womb. You must heal your womb and then follow the guidance of your womb. If we don't do that, the rest of the world is not going to know what lead to follow. And guess what? I already know. We are one of the ones that's been oppressed. It's such a major way. It takes my breath away. And we can't even come together sometimes. So we have to take back our power, and then folks are going to have to follow the lead. We have to sort of forget what we've been taught and trained, because a lot of us are very masculine. We present as feminine, but really our mind is masculine, because that's the kind of energy we live in. That's the universe that we live in. So we must, as women, and even the men, we must all follow the lead of the divine feminine. We have both energies within us. There's a predominance of one or the other in all of us. But make no mistake about it, both the masculine and the feminine are within us. And so we must all embrace the feminine way, so that we can, the feminine energy, the wisdom of the divine feminine. Women, we have to take the lead, and we don't need to ask permission to do it. We just do it, okay? We can change the world, but we must embrace the feminine way and the wisdom of the divine feminine in order to create the positive changes we are desiring, okay? And so in all your activist work, if you're not taking care of somebody, that Yemoyah is saying, you've got to be making sure you're taking care of somebody in the work that you do. The other thing is, take care of yourself as you do your activist work. But where there is no love, it's just not going to work. And so at the end of the day, if I can summarize it, I know I've thrown a lot out because I don't practice what I'm going to say. I just sort of have an idea and it just sort of flows. The ultimate is that there is divine oneness. Whenever I am so mad at somebody, I'm just like, I don't like this person. This person's on my nerves. Oh gosh, this person, I'm just so mad at this person. Once I start getting disgusted of being that way, because I don't like feeling like that, I'll say, you know what? What is your highest truth? And that's what I'm asking you today. What is your highest truth? Oh, all is one. This person is really me. We are one. Okay. At that point, I'm like, I've got to let it go. And I've got to share love. I've got to show love. And the other thing about Amen, I don't know if I said this. Amen says that ultimately everything is peace. That the ultimate reality is the divine oneness. Everything emanates out of that energy. But the ultimate reality is the divine oneness. And so when you are spiritually evolving to that place where you are in the world but not of the world, you are spiritually fully awake when nothing in the world moves you, because you know this is not the ultimate reality. That this world is, everything is happening based on thought. Everything is happening based on vibration. We are creating this, we are co-creating this reality with each other and with the great divine consciousness. But Ra'u Nefer Amen taught me, you will know when you are headed to when you are either there or headed in that direction. When the worst thing that could possibly happen to you happens, and you're not moved. You're not moved by the world. The wind doesn't blow you in one direction or the other. You walk in peace, moment by moment. Our ultimate nature is peace. Our true nature is peace. Why? Because we are the divine consciousness here seeking to realize that. So if you're not operating from peace, if you're operating from emotion, and I kept thinking I'm missing something from Yemanya. If you're operating from emotion, then that's not the place to operate from. If you're going to create true change, the emotion is a signal. Hey, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on? I need to pay attention. I need to do something. But we don't operate from emotion. We operate from peace. We operate from truth. We operate from our inner wisdom and our inner guidance. And so the people who are aware and awake of the ultimate reality, they don't get too excited about anything because they know ultimately nothing's really happening. We are here to self-realize. This is about our waking up. It's about life is calling us to the higher place as humanity, but also individually. It's calling us to wake up. Okay? And so when you're awake, you're not moved. When you really and truly are feeling, the peace of the divine, you just say, you know what? I'm here to help somebody, anybody, wake up. And so I'm just going to keep doing. If I can get one person to wake up, that will effect great change on the human consciousness. If I could get one person to feel the love that I know is real in them, they will go out and share it. You cannot not share love when you really have been touched by love. Okay? So operate from peace. Operate from the highest truth. Do your spiritual work. And get about the business of being an activist in a way that is unique to you. If you don't know what to do, think of the things that matter the most to you. Think of when you really think. So for me, it's children. I just love children. So anytime I see something that is going to benefit children, you're going to see me saying, if I'm not putting my hands in it, I'm going to make a financial donation. I'm not bling-blinging. It could be $5. It could be $25. It could be $100. You know, it could be, I wish it was $1,000. I'm not making $1,000. I'm over time I might make thousands, but just dropping $1,000 check. One day I will be there. If I want to just drop $1,000 check for some child, that's what I do. But the other thing is, I'll go fundraise like a mug and raise that money for the babies, you know. So you have to think about, what is it that you really are passionate about, and how can you use that to raise awareness of love, of activism. For some of us, we are trying to get people to realize it's even an issue. Like this man with fracking. Nobody even know what fracking was. A lot of people still don't know what fracking is. So his thing is raising awareness, helping people to realize we can't let people do this fracking to the earth. But he's also taking activism to stop it too. You know, and some of us are going to be on the front lines, locking arms. I love the Black Lives Matter. I didn't understand them at first. But thank God for Black Lives Matter. You know, I'm so proud of these young people. I'm willing to advise them, send them money, you know, because that's what they are called to do. You have to figure out where you're going to get in the trenches and do that thing. And you just have to follow your heart and be okay with it. Don't let anyone judge you for, this is how I'm making my difference. You do it a little bit over time, that thing will pay off big dividends. This is Omilade, your goddess guru. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly, with my deepest heart, hope that this helps somebody, because I know I have been searching. So I'm just doing my part to help others who are looking for answers. And I just pray that we all see the ultimate truth and reality manifest in the world, which is love, peace, harmony, joy, all things good. Blessings of the goddess Yemaya be upon you and yours. Peace.